I really love that intro music. So dramatic. It really psychs me up for all the shows. Good morning. I'm Penny Lane Blaine. Welcome to the Place Your Trades Network. We are the network that focuses on trading daily options using CME Group's event contracts to trade the E-mini S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, Russell 2000, gold, silver, euro, crude oil, natty gas, and copper. Today's podcast is brought to you by Tradeovate, which has built a custom app dedicated to trading CME Group's event contracts. This is what we're all using at Place Your Trades. Over the next month, we're giving away a trip to Las Vegas, which I'm so excited about. I'm also going on the trip along with all the other PYT hosts. We're also going to be going to the Money Show where some of our team will be speaking. One winner will join the PYT team at the Money Show April 24th to 26th. All you have to do is go to placeyourtrades.com/Vegas and sign up before March 1st. On March 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern, we will have a special show for you and we will spin the wheel and see who wins the trip to Las Vegas. So guys, it's very easy to enter. Go to placeyourtrades.com/Vegas, enter. You've got nothing to lose. And even if you don't want to go to Vegas, we'll give you $1,000 if you win and don't want the trip. So sign up. All right. So let's bring on Bootch.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Bootch. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. When I was in college, I was never in a fraternity or a sorority, but I really have always liked the term pledge class. And especially with trading, I like to refer to other people who started at the same time as me and are on a similar journey to me as we're in the same pledge class. And I feel like you and I really are in the same pledge class. And there's been so many similarities in our journey. And I'm thrilled to talk to you. The name of the show is The Intermediate Trader. And I feel like you embody that so much.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So just tell us a little bit about your journey.
I started trading a little bit pre-COVID, mostly just investing, buying blue chips, things like that. And then COVID hit. And I saw all these stocks, like all these names like Ford, airlines, all these stocks that are really popular on a day-to-day basis. So I just started buying them. I was like, this is a great idea. And I come from a business background. So I graduated from college with a Bachelor of Science in Business. So I do have a financial background. So I was like, this is a great idea. I'm going to buy Microsoft, Apple, like all this stuff. And then I think it was the SPAC craze. My buddy hits me up one day. He's like, dude, you gotta buy CCIV. Like, this is the next Tesla. And I know that you're a junkie too.
Yes.
So that was kind of my introduction to the small cap world, was trading. I guess it's lucid now. Then the meme stock craze hit, and then small caps, they were all going crazy. I mean, you had crap like ENVB going from 2 to 11, like random stuff like EBON, all those crappy crypto names and stuff like that. So I was trading a lot of that. And I've also been trading crypto for a pretty long time as well. So I had a brief introduction to it, and then small cap stopped working for me.
Sure.
Just like a lot
as they will.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting caught in offerings, false breakouts, like all that crap. So I moved over to options, where I blew up every account that I've ever had, which I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with that. Got liquidated one too many times. And then Broda, who actually taught me how to trade small caps, was like, you got to try futures. So here I am trying futures, got liquidated a couple times. Like there was a trend day one day, we were dumping like 50 points and I was buying every 10 points, like another contract, got liquidated. So that's how I kind of started. And then something clicked. I started learning a lot more from Broda. I actually started listening to him. I'm going to probably say his name a lot. I know you've had him on here, I believe, as well at some point.
Yes, he's been on this show. He's been on the Penny Lane pod many times. Massive Broda fan.
Yeah. So he taught me how to trade, using volume profile, like different strats like that. And it was really started clicking. And then the turnaround came when I found order flow, reading the DOM, footprint, things of that nature. And then, yeah, here I am. If I can do it, anyone can do it. That's my saying. I've been profitable now for like 6-7 months. Things are going a lot better. So if you're getting liquidated right now, just stick with it. 6-7 months, you might be profitable. Who knows?
I love that we have so many people in the chat. We've got Flary, we've got Broda, we've got Bear Goes Long, we've got all kind of fun people in the chat who are cheering for you. And you know what I love so much about you is that you are easy to cheer for. You are never the man that has all the answers. You're just the person out there who's trying really hard, which makes you incredibly relatable. That's what I've always loved about you. I think you, kind of like me, the general public is like, if they can do it, I can do it, which is what a great thing to be. And it really is my favorite thing about the stock market, that like nobody's born a good trader. It's the American dream. I love that nobody's born with a leg up in the stock market.
Yeah. I mean, I look at it like a casino, basically. Like you enter in, you walk in, you got pocket full of cash, and you're literally playing against the house. Like, if you think you're smarter than the market makers, like, I got a fucking bridge to sell you. I'm sorry if I don't know.
It's fine. You're never going to come on one of my shows where I say cussing's not allowed. So
yeah, I mean, I got a bridge to sell you. If you think that you're smarter than these computers, people like quants and stuff like that. So you really got to find a quantifiable edge. You can't just look at a chart and be like, the vibes are good here. This level's sick. Like, I'm going to slap this level. Like, you're going to get run over.
Sure.
So it's all about really finding a quantifiable edge, like backtesting strats. Like, if I was to say, like, I got to this point by just trading, like looking at levels, like, oh, this level's great. It's just a line on a screen at that point.
Sure.
So I've done a lot of time going back, reviewing sessions, back playing them, and really just trying to figure out, what happens if X, Y, and Z, like XX happens, YY happens. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of my success has come from, is putting a lot of that time in. Once market closes, I'm not, sitting there drinking a couple beers, watching whatever's on TV. I'm sitting here at my computer figuring out, how can I find some sort of edge in this market? How can I beat the house, aka, counting cards?
Sure. I'm just so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Damn, you're gassing me up here. I'm kind of love to see it.
I love it so much. And I think it's just because I know you so well, and we've been such good friends.
Yeah.
Also, the chat is blowing up. I'm not the only one gassing you up. Everybody is pro Bootch.
I've known you for a while, and we were getting bagged in Newegg like a year and a half ago.
Yep. And were you and I in DWAC together? I feel like I traded that so much.
I traded DWAC. I also traded all the sympathies too. That was like one of my biggest days, and I wish that I pulled some money out of the market after that.
Totally.
Because I came back, slapped it all in some 0 days, all gone.
0 days. God, last week I did my first 0 days, and I'm writing a blog now, and my first post is about 0 days and then how much better I think event contracts are for me personally. But I use the phrase that 0 DTEs dissolve faster than my daughter's bath bombs. Just like you're holding them and then they're gone.
No, yeah. So sometimes
they're just gone.
Like 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'll throw in a little lotto scratcher, a little 0 day action. At the end of the day, I'll watch these things just deteriorate right before my eyes, but I can't help myself. Just a couple 0 days,
Yeah. I also wanted to give you another compliment, which is I don't think anyone has watched as many episodes of the Penny Lane podcast as you have.
No, yeah. I've watched pretty much all of them. I actually, do I have my coffee mug in here? No, my coffee mug's actually in the kitchen, but
super fan status.
Yeah, drinking out of your Penny Lane Pod coffee mug this morning, getting ready for today.
We have not seen any of those special candles today. I feel like we're really in Chop City, but Pal's going to speak in about an hour, and maybe we'll get kind of breakdown. I love a breakdown. So
yeah, the session today has been kind of a pain in the ass. I was short the NASDAQ, so I've been trading mostly the NASDAQ lately. I used to trade ES a lot, but I started learning more like order flow concepts from Flary. And
hi, Flary.
Yeah, your buddy.
We love Flary.
And he trades the NASDAQ pretty often, so I've been kind of watching that more. But yeah, it was a choppy session. I mean, yesterday looked like a pain in the ass to trade too.
I took a big loss yesterday trying to buy puts. My little bear heart just can't take all this bullish action.
Are you trading the OR still?
Yes.
Like 30? Is it the 30-minute OR?
PAX trades the 30-second OR, and I've been trading with PAX a lot, so that really fuels my adrenaline. I'm an adrenaline.
Yeah. No, I trade the 30-second OR as well. That's one of my main strats that I've been working on now. But it looks like we opened yesterday's OR, opened in today's OR on NQs. It's going to be a shit show.
Totally. I also really prefer the NAS.
I've been really enjoying it as well. I mean, tech's been really strong, so it's been really nice to just find a local bottom and just ride it. ES is still my baby. I still trade it here and there. I tried trading the Dow a lot into the new year. I was trading the Dow a ton when it was like really strong. You had things like Caterpillar and United Health, like all these stocks in the Dow are like squeezing super hard. So I was trading the Dow a lot. I'll revisit once it gets a little better.
Well, my Russell's my main girl. Like,
I love the Rusty.
Russell and I are very, very tight, but I've branched out into the NAS a little. I'm like, ES and I are not friends.
Yeah, the NAS.
I and I, oil and water. So interestingly enough, I do want to talk about some event contracts with you because you're the perfect person to talk to about them. Do you know anything about them?
Yeah. I was looking into them. I actually was about to fire up the old Trade-Evade app.
Trade-Evade. So Trade-Evade has an app that you can use to trade these event contracts. So I'm still in options, and I think that I'm at my breaking point on options, especially on days like yesterday. We're just chopping around, but like in my theta's getting burned and
that tasty premium burn.
Yeah. Options, I feel like you have to do so much more than just be correct on direction or entry or basic trader things that I'm getting very frustrated with them. And I also took my little foray into zero DTEs and learned those are not for me. It was like touching the hottest of stoves. And I really like these event contracts because they're daily options on futures. And look at, you got the strike list. So I feel very comfortable here, right? Like I understand about the strikes, feels very at home to me, but it doesn't have the same bad things about options that will just kill you. And I'm an options trader. I don't even know what all the things are. Delta, gamma, theta. I trade them daily. I've really been enjoying these. And I do think it's a very nice bridge for people like me who've been trading options a long time and are frustrated and would like to get into futures, but maybe don't want to go all the way into futures. Just my opinion. I really like them for that. You can get your NASI here if you want to get into a little, I love this, the light sweet crude oil. The Russell's there. We got natty gas, copper. Not only is it fun and a great way to learn about futures, but you can also use it as a hedge to your normal trading account.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about natty gas, just bet the lowest it can go. That thing's been dumping.
Oh, looks like we got a little spike here today.
Yeah, no, I was looking at natty gas. I think that would be a good barrier for entry would be trade natty gas to these event contracts, because if you're trading natty gas future contracts, you're going to blow up in like 10 seconds. I forget what the price per like tick or point are on that gas, but you won't ever see me touch that. No more liquidations for old Bootch here.
I do not have any trades on right now because we're still in this situation here, but I do think after Powell speaks, I might take a couple yeses or nos, depending on how the market reacts to what he says. So, Booch, what would you say were the main tools that you learned about and or use now that made a big difference in your trading?
So when I plan out my session the night before and in the morning, I'll look at market profile. I'll look at, are we in a current balance? Something that I like to trade around. So I actually still do trade options, but I swing options. So I'm buying 2, 3, 4 months at a time. I'll look at, are we in like a current balance? Like if you look at ES yesterday and today, we're in like this little 2-day balance right now between like 41.06 and about 41.37. So something that I'll look at is I'll mark those levels, balance high, balance low. And something that I want to see is are bidders present over balance high? When we break this level, are shorts that we're pushing this down, are they about to start covering as we break out of this balance? Same with balance low. So that's kind of what I look at, to start my plan. Just the profiles. I like to see where initial balance was the day prior. I'll also look at 30-second OR from the prior day, kind of get my levels all marked out. But intraday, I'm primarily using footprint and the DOM. I like to take trades at extremes. I'm not one to, they call it diddle in the middle. Like I'm not going to slap something if it's at like RTH mid or something like that, unless it's like continuation. But even then, that's how you can get chopped up, especially on futures. If I'm using, say, a 2-point stop on a yes, it's going to tick my stop and then do exactly what I wanted. And that's, will trigger me. So I try and take less trades and try and trade more at extremes. So when I say that, it's mostly trades out of value area, trades. I look for sweeps of lows and highs, which I can get confluence with the footprint chart, where I'll see, say buyers are pushing a high. They're trying to break out, high a day. They're trying to break it out. But buyers are getting exhausted in the high a day. You can see that on the footprint chart. So something that I'll like to do is try and grab like a lower high as confirmation out of that and try and take a trade back to like RTH mid or some of my levels that I had marked from the day prior or current day, whether it be like 30-second OR high, if we're talking about a false breakout of highs. So that's kind of like how I specifically trade. I also try not to trade after like 11 a.m. 11:30. My worst times of trading are between 12 and 2. And then I like to come back for that old 2 p.m. pump if it wants to present itself. Another thing I look at is the period flips. So I try and look for those 30-minute candles. You can kind of see at the end of one, at the end of a period, or at the beginning of a period, there will be higher volume. So I like to kind of see what positioning looks like going into that period flip. Sometimes you'll see sellers kind of holding it at a certain level and they'll wait for the period flip to really initiate. They'll get that volume and really initiate, the trade that I want. Same with buyers, vice versa. So, those are some of my strategies. I also trade around VWAP devs, their bands, just standard deviations. That's a strategy I picked up from Broda, actually. He has this whole playbook on it, if it comes from the high one, then it's probably going to go to the low one or going to get a fail to fail. It's like this whole strategy that he's built around VWAP devs, which work really well when the profile is like a D profile. It's not going to break out either way. You're just going to trade in that choppy range. You kind of just want to like fade the edges of that said profile. Look for exhaustion at highs, look for exhaustion at lows, and just try and trade it back. You take your scales at mid and try and shoot for the other side of the range if you can, but it's not always picture perfect. Those are just some strategies that I have in my playbook currently.
Honestly, hearing you say all that kind of makes me want to cry. I'm just so proud of you. I'm just so proud of you. I talk with Anthony so much about time as a commodity in the market, and the longer you spend in the market, that's all goodness and lessons you learn and experience, and you've seen this before, and how important it is to do what you can to expand that time and not completely blow up or completely be out of the market,
it's
hanging on.
At a point, you're like, where have I seen this before? Shit, I saw this like the other day. I got to go long. The statistics are on my side. Even if you think you're wrong, if the stats are on your side, if your playbook says, this is a trade that has 70% hit rate, you take your L, you take it with, power, whatever, but you got to take that trade. You've seen it before, 7 times out of 10, it's going to hit. And that's better than a 50-50 coin flip. I mean, the market's probably a 60-40 coin flip because you're always against the odds. So, yeah.
Totally. Oh, wait, we got a question I'm very interested in here from Flary. He wants to know which do you like more, widespread or fish? And why? Which I added.
So fish, I'm a fish kid. I've seen them over 100 times. I dropped out of college at one point to follow them around a little bit.
Yeah, as one will.
Panic also, they don't come to the Northeast. Like, I saw Panic. First time I saw Panic was 2009. It was like randomly they came up here with the Allman Brothers band in Camden, and I was like, man. And I just saw Fish for the first time like 2 months before, and I was telling my friends, I was like, man, this widespread Panic band is the shit. Like, I've never seen anything like this. Like, they're so gritty. And then they didn't come back to Philly for I don't know, 3 years. Like, the only times I could catch them was when they were playing like a festival up here, or something like that. So yeah, I'm a Fish kid through and through, but I'd say my favorite band is probably Disco Biscuits, because I like that crunchy scene, Are you hitting any Dead & Co shows this year?
Yeah, obviously. They say the tour is ending, so,
yeah.
as many as I can. And also this weekend, my husband sat around for 3 hours going over the rumors for the next Fish show and booking hotels at where they are rumored to perform. And then he will cancel the hotels when the actual tour comes out.
I do.
Like a psycho.
Gotta get in before the rates,
Yeah, I have turned less Fish, more Dead & Company, which I'm sure I've told you. And I'm getting a box for the John Mayer solo tour.
Oh, no way. That's sick.
Yeah. Yep. My friend called me yesterday and was like, you think we need to get a box for Fish? I was like, there are so few things I ask for. But yes, I think we should get a box for Fish.
The days of me hitting 15 shows a summer are over.
Sure. I mean, us too. We have kids. We're going, maybe, I think last year we did 4.
Yeah, I do 1 3-night run, and I'm spent by night 2.
Oh yeah. That third night, it's like, can I even make it? Ooh, Flary called us Wookiees here. We really did go on for a while about the music, but I was hoping that we could segue into it, so that really scratched an itch for me.
Beautiful.
All right, well, we're sort of wrapping up. Is there anything else that you want to say that I haven't asked you?
Not really. I mean, I just want to see you succeed as well. That's important to me. Get off them 0 days.
I'm off. I might be off options soon too. I feel I'm a person in transition.
Options for me are more used as a swing method. Futures are great as a day trading vehicle because you have a lot of leverage. You don't need a huge move to get a lot of points. Like, you can catch 3 points on one ES contracts, $150 before commissions. It's not as crazy as options. You don't have to worry about the Greeks or anything like that. So I try and tell anybody that's trading options on a day-to-day basis, just if you're trading SPY, QQQ, IWM, Dow, whatever you're trading, it's better to just trade futures so you don't have to worry about getting burned by theta. But options are good to swing. I mean, they're a great swinging vehicle. So that's how I trade them, at least.
I mean, I appreciate you telling me that because all I do is day trade options.
Yeah, I mean, it works. If there's a nice trend day, options, they work great. And to go back what I said, the only person that I've seen that's profitable trading options every day is Shark, which I don't know how that man does it.
And Dr. Bull Shark, I think, is fantastic at options. I want to give him a shout out, Shark and Dr. B.
Yeah, I don't know how Shark does it. I've seen him trade before. That man,
he's so good.
% bangers on the most.
I know. I love watching Shark trade. It's such a joy, honestly.
Yeah, he's so calm, cool, and collected while he's doing it. It's crazy.
I know. He gets on that voice. He's like, "Well, we've got some buyers stepping in."
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, they might take my stop." Ooh, shit.
Ooh.
No, but funny though. I mean, I tell everybody to just switch to futures if you're trading the indexes as a day trade vehicle. It's a lot less stress, you know, and no PDT. Or you
No
can
PDT.
contracts, you know, no PDT.
Love that. Love that. I am so close to being over PDT. You know, I post my P&L every day and I need it. So I was at like 23,500 or something. I mean, like so close. And I was up some amount. So I only needed to make another $1,000 to make PDT. And I had like a massive size. And I was like, I think I can do it. I think today's the day. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And held and then got stopped out for $300 green. And I like went upstairs to my husband. I was like, I just lost like $1,500 and got stopped out for $300 green. And he goes, you made $300.
Yeah. I mean, that's more than most they can attend, right?
Yeah, but I really wanted it so bad. So anyway, fingers crossed we'll get there soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And then one more thing, I just want to give a shout out to all my boys in MTA, in the Futures Room, all my OGs. You know who you are. Love you all. That's all I want to say.
All right. Well, Bootch, I love you so much. Thanks for always having my back, honestly, and supporting the Penny Lane Pod for as long as you did, and just being a good pledge classmate.
Yeah. Soon we'll be hazing the pledges.
Can't wait. I've loved watching your growth so much. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you ever need anything, just holler. You know where I am.
All right. Bye, Bootch. Bye. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you. Really appreciate it.